Japan is an archipelagic country, located off the east coast of Asia. Its territory consists of a series of large islands in the northeastern Northwest Arc, which stretches approximately 2,400 km across the western North Pacific Ocean. The country is known for its complex and ancient traditions, but since the 1950s it has emerged as one of the most advanced societies in the world, both economically and technologically. This cannot be separated from the character of the Japanese people, who are known to have a willingness to work very hard. Children in Japan are encouraged to show respect for others, especially parents and superiors. They learn to do what's best for the family or company and worry less about their own needs, which means they put work first. That's why Japan is famous for its workaholic culture, which is characterized by hard work, discipline, punctuality, devotion, honesty, loyalty, and passion. The work culture of Japanese society certainly plays an important role in pushing this country to become an economic superpower. However, the complex problems that arise from long and hard working hours cause many employees to experience corrosion, a term that literally means death. Because corrosion due to overwork is the result of extreme fatigue, stress, and frustration due to work. This work culture has existed for a long time, starting during the Meiji Restoration in 1868. At that time, Japanese feudal society wanted to achieve the same economic level as the rich and powerful Western industrial countries. To make all of this happen, the Japanese people tried as hard as they could until they really succeeded in making it happen. Japan even managed to surpass many Western countries and become the country with the second largest economy after World War II. Even though currently the work culture in Japan is not as crazy as it used to be, when compared to other countries, the work culture in Japan is still in the workaholic category, with standard working hours of 40 hours a week. These workers work more than 20 hours of overtime a week. As many as 53% of Japanese people do not know how much annual leave they have. And not only that, only 52% of participants agreed that work-life balance is very important. So it is not surprising that Japan is currently an economically developed country. However, currently Japan is haunted by a demographic crisis. Japan's population continues to shrink, and the population is currently dominated by the older generation. Based on official Japanese government statistical data in October 2023, Japan has a population of around 124.3 million people. This population is experiencing a decline, around 0.4% compared to October 2022, or shrinking to 0.3% compared to 10 years ago. This year, the number of Japanese people who fall into the elderly category is between 65 and 100 years and over. Italy and Finland rank second and third, with people aged 65 years and over accounting for 24.5% and 23.6% of the total population respectively. Women make up 56.6% of Japan's elderly population, which numbers 20 million people, compared to men who reach 15.7 million people. Then in the same period, the number of Japanese residents in the working age category ranged from 15 to 64 years. Combined, it reaches 73.9 million people, or the equivalent of 59.5% of the total population. However, in detail, the population is also dominated by elderly people, namely the age group 50 to 54 years and people age 45 to 49 years. While the working age population is still relatively young, mainly under 40 years. The number is smaller. The Japanese population falls into the toddler category, namely between 0 and 4 years. Then children, namely 5 to 9 years, and early adolescents, namely 10 to 14 years. Very few compared to other age groups. The average number of children a woman gives birth to during her lifetime fell to 1.26 in 2022 from 1.30 the previous year, matching a record low since 2005. The fertility rate is well below the 2.6 to 2.07 figure considered necessary to maintain population numbers, as well as avoid demographic crises elsewhere. The death toll jumped 9% to 1.57 million, as the population shrank by 798,214 people, continuing a 16-year sharp decline. One of the main factors in Japan's low birth rate, which was influenced by the sexual recession that recently hit the country, starting to lead to a population crisis. The term sexual recession refers to the decline in the number of couples having sexual relations, getting married and having children, which in turn sexual recession can have an impact on decreasing the population of a country. Based on the survey, almost a fifth of Japanese men and as many as 15% of women are not interested in getting married, which is the highest figure since 1982, while on the other hand, almost Japanese men and women of that age have never been get married at all. In the end, Japan is indeed the country with the third largest economy in the world. However, a shrinking and aging population has a major impact on the economy and national security. Moreover, Japan was required to strengthen its military to fight Chinese territory aggressive and strong.